According to the Hebrew word, art is the word amanut in Hebrew. It has the same root, nexus of meaning with the word truth, emet. As opposed to Western use of the word art, which means artifice, a mirror to nature. But Jewish art, if we get to what should be, and what we'll increasingly will see in these very important times of change, that it'll bring the truth, the real truth of God's indwelling in this world. So I hope my art is actually connected to that nexus of meaning of emet, truth. I regard myself as an artist inspired by Kabbalistic teachings. Kabbalah is a buzzword these days. Usually people think of the word Kabbalah, and the root of Kabbalah in the Torah is often referred to as receiving something. Even the English word Kabbal means like a group, sometimes an esoteric group, sometimes even in a derogative way. Another idea about Kabbalah, and this is also from the Torah source, is that it's from the Mishkan. There were these curtains which had loops which are interconnected. They called them lulot agbilot, the interlocking loops which connected the curtains together. Kabbalah in this context means to find loops, to connect loops, and in a larger idea, to connect different loops of reality. In general, or what we would call parallelisms, to make parallelisms in reality, traditionally or in the Kabbalistic sense, between what we call time, space, and the soul. But most of my paintings can be seen as abstracts of a sort, and engaging the personality. My second title is I call myself an abstract illusionist. What I'm trying to do, I'm creating what we call a gestalt, a form. It's not completely amorphous. It's not chaos. It's almost like a Rorschach. It has certain forms in it which emerge when you meditate upon the picture. Then people can interpret what they see like a Rorschach, what they see in the picture. And I also learn from various people, look at my paintings, what my painting's about. Because most of the time when I create a work, I'm not completely sure. Sometimes I'm completely unaware of what will happen until it happens. In the case of what has God wrought, I let the horses take me out for a ride. And in the end, I'm curious and sometimes very surprised at the results. I believe in my intuition, and what I call the artistic intuition. And then I find correspondences between this intuitive approach to art and sources in the Torah, in the Kabbalah, and so on. I confess that I don't come from the classic painting tradition. I actually was an underground filmmaker, and then I was involved very much in video art. So I wasn't brought up in what we'd call the normal relationship of colors and so on. Maybe you might learn in art school and so on. So, and I also come from an age where much of my creative work, such as in filmmaking, was in the psychedelic period, the 60s and the 70s. It's also bringing out the emotions and the reaction to the person. I mean, usually because of the colors, maybe they're too strong for some people, you can't be indifferent to it. It hits you. It hits you very strongly. And I think the world really should be colorful. It should be, there's something to be said about, but there is a harmony. It's not that they're antagonistic to each other. I mean, from the chaos emerges then the order.